So I'm like super pumped right now because I just got the email with my food sensitivities results. So excited. So I'm trying to remember what day I did. Today is Thursday. They are so fast, you guys. I think I took this test on Monday. I went to Southview, got my blood drawn, and sent it in. And I just got the email back. So let me just pause for just a second and explain why I chose this test first. So as an FDN, like I run all sorts of different tests. I run food sensitivity testing, I do poo testing, I do hormone testing, all this kind of different functional lab work, right? Because the clients that I work with typically have like a lot of gut problems or bloating or constipation or hormone issues or whatever it is, okay? So I like to get down and dirty and be like, well, why is this happening? What is causing that? And most of you know, because you've kind of followed me and my journey for the past 3-4 years, most of you know the reason I even got into that is because of my own hormone and gut problems. And so I was like on this mission to solve my own problems. And then I just got so passionate about it that now I help other people figure it out. So I was like, okay, what do I want to do now that I'm cancer free in terms of supporting my health? And there's a lot of stuff in terms of, I'm eating well, and I hired a coach to kind of help me with, boosting my immune system and detoxification, all this kind of different stuff, just supporting my body in general. And so the goal really after chemo is done is kind of two parts. One, you really want to help your immune system like get back on track. And two, you want to gently support your body's natural detoxification systems because chemo is so toxic and it stays in your muscles and your bones for years. And so you really want to gently support your body releasing that so that ultimately you can rebalance and go back to normal without this burden. Because like in our health, I always talk to my clients about it being a bucket, and every drop of toxicity is a water in the bucket, or every toxic exposure is a drop of water in the bucket, and eventually one drop is what tips it over. You have symptoms, disease, blah, blah, blah. So, when we're talking about coming through cancer and coming through treatment, we want to make sure that we're constantly emptying out that bucket as much as we can to support our bodies so that, you're calming inflammation, you're supporting your immune system, you're helping your organs function properly, you're able to maintain energy, your hormones go back to, being balanced. Hey, Trisha. Hi, Melissa. And all these different things, right? So I was like, okay, what is the first, FDN lab or functional medicine test or whatever that I personally want to run on myself? Well, I don't want to do anything too intense too quickly, so I decided to do my MRT food sensitivities test because it's one of the most gentle ways I can support myself through this process. I can identify very quickly foods that are causing an immune response in my body, foods that are causing inflammation in my body that I wouldn't normally identify as a problem, okay? And so I was like, this is easy. I can just add this to the list. I'm already, kind of focusing on some positive things. I can just adjust my food sensitivities, and this will really help me. So I just got my results. Let's see if I can turn this around so you can see it. Yay, I'm so excited. This makes me so happy, you guys. I'm such a nerd. Okay, so first of all, there's a couple things I noticed. One, there's a lot of greens. So that's good, but I also have the question, is my adaptive immune system not quite functioning and back to normal, where the response for some of these things may not be as strong as it normally would if my immune system was like totally functioning normally. But regardless, I do have some reactive foods, so I'm going to start there, and then I'll probably retest in 3 months and see what has changed. So if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you can see these are the foods that I am sensitive to right now. Now, the way that the MRT works is you have non-reactive foods in the green, you have moderately reactive foods in the yellow, and you have super reactive foods in the red, okay? And this is measuring your MRT, which is a blood response. It's how your blood reacts to these foods when it's exposed to these foods. So I was really curious about this, and I was like anxiously awaiting to see what the heck would come up. Well, one of the things I was really curious about, I was looking at the fruits. I was like, is banana on there? Is banana on there? Let's see, where is it? Where's my banana? There it is. So banana is in the green, and I was so excited. I was so excited because last year when I did the testing, It was my second test, and banana had showed up in like red on the first one. And then it still showed up, I think, medium yellow on the second one. So I was like, oh man, it showed up on both of them and was both reactive. So it must be like a long-term sensitivity. And so I haven't had a banana or banana bread or like anything with banana in it intentionally in like a long time. And so I really missed it. And so now I'm like freaking out because I'm like, oh, I really want to have some banana bread. So I might do that. Wheat showed up on this test, which doesn't surprise me. I'm pretty sure that I have a significant wheat sensitivity. And I would eliminate it anyways because, well, you've probably heard me talk about it a million times and you probably don't want to hear it again. But yeah, so I would always eliminate wheat. That's one of the things I do with all my clients. They all like, everybody sees positive, beneficial results from that anyway. But it is a small reaction on my test. So that is good to know. A couple other things that are kind of interesting. Lemon, of all things. So one of the things is like detoxifying and supportive to your digestion, all this kind of stuff. Like that's why these tests are so beneficial, is because I'd be like, well, maybe I should start taking my lemon water in the morning and squeezing half a lemon and then drinking it. Well, maybe I shouldn't be doing that for the next 3 months because it showed up on my sensitivity test. And what am I trying to do? I'm trying to support my immune system, not stress it out. I don't want an immune system reaction from food that I'm eating. Like I want my immune system to be able to be like, yay, she's eating foods that I like. I don't want to cause inflammation. Hi, Emily. Hi, Amy. I don't want to cause inflammation or anything, any sort of extra stress on my body right now, right? So, okay, so lemon's out for like 3 months. No big deal. And then I'll retest. Mustard seed, though, like what? Like I never would have thought mustard seed would be on my test. So obviously, my faith wasn't big enough. Sorry, that was a little joke. Rainbow trout, which is very ironic because I literally... So funny story, last year, Patrick and I went to, where did we go? Puerto Rico. Is that right? No, Punta Cana. Did I say that right? See, right now, my brain is feeling like that's not right. Punta Cana. I added a law. What is, okay, whatever. You know what? Just ignore that I just said that. Punta Cana. I was like, Punta Cana, this does not sound right. It's because it wasn't. It was wrong. Okay, so Punta Cana. We went to Punta Cana. And I, like, didn't eat fish, like, pretty much my whole life. And I think I'm going to blame it on my mom because she made, I don't know what it was, catfish or something. She made fish, like, a couple times in my childhood. And it still had, like, the skin layer of fat on the bottom. It, like, freaked me out because it literally looked like a dead fish on my plate. Okay, so, Mom, it's your fault. Anyways, I thought I hated fish. And we went to Punta Cana, and we were at this resort, and basically it was like, all-inclusive, so you go to these restaurants, and they're like 9 out of 10 meals is fish. I was like, well, I better figure this out pretty quickly. I left. I had tried so many different types of fish. I loved it, and I came home, and I was like craving fish, and so now I just realized I really, really like fish. It just depends on how it's cooked, and no, I don't want the skin on it. So now I know. Anyway, my point is, last week or whenever it was that I was in California for the Mindshare conference that you saw lots of cool, fun pictures with, I tried trout and I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. It was like just cooked really well. I think it had like a lemon and herb or maybe butter and lemon and herb or something like that, seasoning on it. And I was like, this is really good. And I even, when I was at Whole Foods the other day, was looking for trout and didn't see it. But now I know I can't have trout. So 3 months without trout, that's cool. Interestingly enough, I always find this part really, really interesting. The dairy section fascinates me the way it's listed out. So for example, cow's milk is in the green, but American cheese and whey is in the yellow. Now, just to clarify, I don't drink cow's milk. I'm not going to start drinking cow's milk just because it's in the green. It's not beneficial in my mind. The way it's processed and the stuff that you find on the grocery store shelf is like this highly pasteurized enzyme stripped product that is basically sugar. But isn't that interesting that cow's milk is in the green, but cheese and whey is in the yellow? So goat's milk is still in the green. Yay. If I want some goat's milk on an omelet, I can still have it. So that's pretty cool. Let's see if there's a couple other things that are interesting here. A couple that I would eat that are on here that I would eat fairly regularly. So we get that Misfits organic produce shipment in the mail, and they've been sending us like a lot of eggplants, and my husband makes these eggplant fries that are like amazing. They're so good. guess what showed up on my sensitivities list? Okay, so no eggplant for a couple months. Flaxseed, green bean, lentil, which is really interesting because lentil can be really supportive of detoxification. It can be great for protein and fiber and for your liver. So again, this is why the tests are so beneficial, because you're going to get answers to things that you'd be like, man, I want to support my liver. I want to get some good protein, some good fiber. I'm going to make like a good lentil soup. In fact, I think I just bought lentils the other day with that in mind. I wanted to do something with lentils because it's so good for you. But now I know for right now, for my body in this healing state, it's not the right time. Hi, Sammy. So lentils are out. So that's just one of the ways that you can kind of utilize this. Again, I'm going to retest maybe in about 3 months. And then after that, I'll probably give myself about 6. But I'm going to stay on top of these things because everything that I just listed out, these are very healthy, nutrient-dense foods, right? These are not foods that typically you'd be like, I'm going to, take some lentils or lemon out of my diet for 3 months to just see if that's what I'm reacting to. But when you get a test like this, you're able to easily identify a way to support your body and instantly take inflammation out. And when you take inflammation out, it takes away a stressor. And when you take away stressors, it gives your body breathing room to then be able to do its thing, to heal better, to recover faster, to repair itself, to rest, to do all these other things that are way more important than having an immune system reaction and inflammatory reaction to foods, okay? So I totally did not pop on with the goal of this, but I was thinking about this the other day, and this would be like a great reason to or a great video to share this on. I was wondering, because I get a lot of clients, or actually a lot of people that reach out to me specifically about food sensitivity. So what I was thinking about doing was doing a special, I don't know how to say it, a special blank, just I'm going to say a special, where, because normally I don't run individual tests on their own. I usually do packages that are appropriate for the individual. So like depending on what you come to me with, I'll say, hey, I think you should get this test or these 2 or these 3 or whatever to get the biggest picture. But so many people are interested in just the food sensitivities testing, and it really can make a big impact. Now, like many things, I don't think it's like the answer to everything, but it can really make a big impact. So I was thinking about offering a special where I just run this one test and then provide like a 30-day support group where you can all participate, and I can pop in and kind of walk you through the test, talk about food sensitivities, how they're developed, give you recipe resources, ideas, answer questions, share what to do like when your 90 days are over, that sort of thing. So if that is something that you are interested in, please let me know, because I am considering offering this, but in order to do that, I'd probably want at least 15 to 20 people that would be wanting to jump into doing that, okay? So I hope that this has been informative. I geek out on this stuff. I love food sensitivity tests. I think it's the coolest thing in the world. So as odd as it is to like be excited about eliminating foods, I'm really excited about it. All right, so that's what I got for you today. I hope you're